she come in, she go straight to the bar. Sonya come in, she go straight to the bar. Choo come in, she go straight to the bar. Ashley come in, she go straight to the bar. Let's go, let's go. Leg is turned up. Hey, Juicy J is turned up. And Tyrell is turned up. My girl Rail is turned up. And Mo Kemp is turned up. 6ix9ine is turned up. TT is turned up. When she come in, she goes straight to the bar. John come in, he goes straight to the bar. Hey, Reggie come in, he goes straight to the bar. Short Dog come in, he goes straight to the bar. Hey, school, let's go. Oh,
ladies, but goddamn, y'all ready to burn it up? You got the fellas on the geek looking at y'all like shit. They ready to burn you up. You and your girls are looking killer. Y'all are bad and y'all know it. You in the middle of the floor screaming F your girlfriends, my friends better. Got the whole damn club mesmerized. Can't stop looking at them thighs.
come on.
The way you moving it, when you're doing it, got my mind going crazy, losing it. Them haters, they gon' hate. Like we gon' care what they say. We having that good time, and you know who you are.
When they come in, you go straight to the bar. So you come in, she go straight to the bar. Rail come in, she go straight to the bar. Kanisha come in, she go straight to the bar. Come on. Hey, I got the feeling she wanting that feeling, huh? Marvin Gaye and her sexual healing, huh? That patrol will make this appealing when I'm digging in her deep and she's screaming that she can feel it, huh? See, I don't smoke no weed, and the Gucci is all she need. Seen her at the bar ordering drinks, now she giving winks like she thinks she ready to leave. Come on. All my brothers in the back posted up, and all the ballers got bottles they pouring up. The city life, I swear it never get old. I done it for 30 years, so many stories I never told. I promise to show you more, girl. Intoxicating, can't wait to get you in Floyd's world. Bottles up, I'm more familiar by far. When he come in, he goes straight to the bar. 6ix9ine come in, he goes straight to the bar. Casey come in, he goes straight to the bar. Benji come in, he goes straight to the bar. Hey, Bo Jack, let's go! Yeah! To the body. I got you, 58. Hey, Bo Jack, let's go! Don't make me fight you, back leg. Don't make me fight you, back leg. Huh? To the body. Bombay, Bombay. It's your birthday. Hey, Bo Jack, let's go. Yeah. To the body.
In good times,
All
so
in
I
the
talk
family.
like that. I say the
That's
words.
why you a Trump fan.
Yeah,
all
Archie
Archie.
Bunker. And
Yeah,
Trump
you and Archie
have-
cool.
Yeah, it's no question.
Y'all
I
tough.
love Archie, man.
I love
Archie was the realest, and you act like
I feel
Mike.
sorry for Eda. I am Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all are ready for a barn burner here, ladies and gentlemen. Today. Let's do it like this. Welcome to the Supa Supa Midday Show. We
You know how we do our pop-ups, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and today is one of them shows when we want to bring awareness to certain things, man. Right now, Ward 8, man, Ward 8. We have a special election going on, man. And today, we have a special guest in here. Before I get to my special guest, man, I want to introduce my co-host, my man, Supa Cooper. What it do, Supa Cooper?
Hey, what's up, DMV? I couldn't wait for this session, this pop-up today, because I love it when Jauhar comes in here. He teaches me a lot. He knows a lot. But I know some things too.
Yeah, know some things.
So yes. So yes.
So I don't know.
I'm because I'm here to ask him the hard questions.
The hard question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's I'm ready.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have my man Jauhar Abraham in the building. What it do, Jauhar?
What's going on to the? How should I paraphrase this to the DJ that saved Go-Go? What's up, man?
Oh, is he?
I mean, that's what he's saying.
Well, I tried my best.
I just
man.
want to see if he
tried
got
my best.
I'm just glad he not coming to the shows with a pride shirt on, so I know that he, he haven't waved the flag. Coop don't like that.
Oh
Man, damn.
Oh the
Dang. Why am I being criticized? I mean, I understand the whole self-hate thing that go on with black people, but because I tell you something that's obvious, I got some people criticizing me, and then I got people that know me, like Coop saying, why you gotta say it like that? Or why you gotta say it, you know?
I think when people put us in a they put us in bunches, like because I'm a Democrat, right? I agree with everything Democrats do, and that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I can see that.
So when people say you niggas, I get offended because I feel like I'm a part of the black race. I'm not a nigga, but I feel like you talking to somebody that's hold on. Okay. I'm just saying. I feel like even when women say all men, no, it ain't all men. You know what I'm saying? It's some.
Okay.
So I don't just when you put everybody.
I didn't say all.
I know when
I
you
didn't say all. Gay.
No. I ain't say that. I'm just saying when you. So that's.
I'm trying to see how that's relevant to this conversation.
Well, it makes it when you just put Dan in a category. Well, I'm trying to make sure you ain't wearing the color.
No.
And if he did, what that meant?
Yeah, I gotta figure out whether I can trust him or not.
Oh, okay.
That's all. It's a lot of double agents around here, and because some of us eat so much.
So if I wear red, I'm a blood.
Well, let me just say it this way.
That's all.
Some of us eat so much pig feet
Okay.
and bacon and drink so much beer.
Okay.
It interferes with our ability to be conscious, and there's stuff going on around us.
Because people drink beer.
Well, it keeps you drunk. Not because they drink beer, but when you drunk, you in a state of
Pig feet, beer.
Yeah.
And boy, you put a lot of stuff in there, man.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all funny. Listen, y'all. Listen. So listen, let's go to the top, man.
I'm with Trayon.
So Trayon, man, you know what I'm saying? Jauhar, you've been very vocal for the last week, man. You've been on your hiatus on Facebook. You've been, you know what I'm saying, touching a lot of things that's been going on, you know what I mean? One of the things that really touched me that you were speaking on is the election going on in Ward 8. You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't even aware of what's going on, but we are having a special election that's going on because right now the seat is vacant in Ward 8 right now. You know what I'm saying? And we all know I've been a supporter of Trayon White, and we know you've been in this corner for a very long time as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So right now, what is it that you've been vocal about to the people in regards to Trayon, what's going on to this election?
So one of the things that I've been trying to remind, and again, because I'm speaking to, like I speak a certain way, because I'm speaking to my people, right? I'm not speaking against other people, but it's like my people, we're the silent majority. Like I get so many phone calls all the time. And like I said, I owe Joe Jackson an apology because and I'm gonna go back to the trade thing because Joe, for 4 or 5 years, had been pulling my shirt like, "Hey man, like you an important part of go-go. Like you should pay attention to what's going on."
Right.
And we have become so accustomed to just like whatever the lies are,
Right.
like we just support the lies. Like everybody just supports stuff that's not true. And my whole
Go
life
along to get along.
just go along to get along.
Right.
Like, can't we all just get along?
Right. Right.
And I know that moderates and progressive people and liberals, Dr. King once said, they're more interested in the appearance. They're more interested in the appearance of justice than justice. They're more interested in order than justice. And sometimes you got to create chaos in order to get justice. And so
Good trouble.
every community has figured that out except for the Black community. And we have been under attack for years. And I mean,
Without getting in trouble though.
well, just for existing.
Exactly.
Like I made a post last week.
And that's but that's the hesitant part of, I think that some people feel like, damn, we don't do nothing and we still get in trouble. And if we did something, so some people just say, I'm gonna mind my business. But go ahead.
Yeah, but so minding, it's no such thing as minding your
Right,
business.
right.
Like the system is designed to break you.
Right.
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 And so I can identify Black people immediately because I believe that we really two categories. We are the resistors and the conformers. The people that cooperate with the government against their people, they're conformers. And they get rewarded for it.
Right.
Like, so those are people that they tell on the community.
Right.
It's people who rob the community. It's people who lead, who are, like I tell people all the time, like, man, Black people didn't elect Obama. Obama was selected
Right.
by the white establishment because he didn't threaten their stronghold over the people. He helped increase their stronghold because we so caught up on color and race that we don't pay attention to character. And one of the jewels Dr. King dropped when he was here, Dr. King said, don't judge a man by the color of his skin, judge him by the content of his character. That's why the prison is full of Black men, because we assume that white men are our enemy, but really it's Black people who agree to work against Black people. And so I don't give them a pass and say, oh, they was afraid because it was the FBI. No, man, fuck the FBI. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, like they bother us sometimes. Like the Black Panther Party was a good organization. Like they fed the community. They had reading programs. Like it was men around to help the boys who didn't have fathers, whose fathers died early or was in prison or in the military. Right. So it was a great organization. The FBI bought drugs and infiltrated the organization and then had the leadership killed. Like y'all went to see Judas and the Black Messiah, but you just looked at it like it was a movie, eating popcorn and drinking Coke and shit. But really, that was a real thing. Like Fred Hampton was the real deal. Right. And the guy that was closest to him, the way the FBI operate, they don't get you on the Hail Mary. The way they get you is close, it's confidential, it's tight. So you fall asleep. And so what happened with Trayon and every Black leader, I'm bringing it back. What happens to every Black leader, you come under the threat of either you do what we say or it's going to be an ongoing issue. Right. And sometimes, like you just a person, so you just living and you don't realize all of the people that they send your way to try to interfere with you doing God's work, with to interfere with you helping people. Right. And so when I hear black people say he should have been smarter than that, when I know that the average nigga could be set up for $500, but they spend millions of dollars tracking you, listening to your phone.
Average nigga could be set up for a couple.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like Marion Barry, they admitted after his trial that they spent $46 million trying to trap him, right? So we won't know for another couple of years how much money they invested trying to entrap Trayon.
Right.
And so I say that, and even if Trayon did something wrong, he belonged to us. He don't belong to nobody else. Yeah. And then you got these fake black elites that I can't stand. And Coop, I know you don't like this, but Obama is the leader of the fake black elites. Oh, yeah. This nigga had a nerve to come and tell us because we don't vote for Kamala. He's talking to the black men as if he us. Right. As if he grew up in the south side of Chicago or southeast DC or in the Bronx or in, man, nigga, man, I wish, man, he deserved to be slapped in his face. Like, nigga, don't you ever talk to us like that. What you don't say is the only black women that y'all really support.
So could you get, so
hold on, let me finish this. Yeah. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. Yeah, but the only people that they support is black women who either they gay or they have a white husband. So they don't have no interest in the black community. Only people I'm talking to, I'm trying to wake up the black people to say, hey, the mayor just stood up in front of the world for the last 2 years and said, hey, come to DC. This is the gayest city in the world. I don't agree to have Muriel Bowser.
Oh, you said the man.
The mayor. I said the mayor. Okay. So I don't agree to have legislation, laws passed by a group of people who think like that, because we think different. Like I think that I'm gonna have a wife, I'm gonna have children, boys and girls, and my daughter shouldn't have to compete against a boy who says he's a girl. Like she shouldn't have to swim against him. She shouldn't have to play track, volleyball, none of that shit against him.
And I agree.
No, but when you in the gayest, but when I know most of y'all agree with a lot of stuff, but because you really don't know what go on behind closed doors, you go along to get along. And I'm saying, so it's just so many. I could give you so many examples of this stuff, man.
It go both ways.
It don't go both ways, Coop. No, it don't go both ways. It's nothing more important than your very existence.
Right.
And if we start lying about who we are, if my son can go to school in a school system where it's not a lot of men to start with, it's not a lot of black men. When the last time you've been in a public elementary school? It's not guys like us in there.
Right.
It might be 2 or 3, the janitor, the engineer, and it may be a dean of students, but the majority of the black men that's in education right now, they are from the other community.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, if the whole city,
one of my favorite teachers was from the community.
Okay.
That you speak of.
So if all of the
in high school. Yeah.
Okay. So if all of the and I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're bad people.
I'm just here to say
it's not.
Yeah.
But I'm talking to my people.
People can perceive that.
Yeah, well, that's why we're gonna clear this up. I keep saying it over and over.
Okay.
I don't have a problem against no particular group of people unless you trying to oppress me.
Right. Of course.
And in this case,
that's with anybody.
Okay, so in this case, what we talking about, this community has agreed to lie and deceive the people.
Okay.
And so I have an issue with that.
Right.
And
as you should.
But the mayor is not lying. The mayor told you. And then if you go look at who the mayor hires to manage the budgets and all of that, she told you the truth.
Right.
So you might not like it, but she told you the truth. Right. I don't like it. So I gotta organize and fight against it.
Right. So let me ask you this question. We're going back to the election. I want to stay with the election first. We're gonna go to other stuff later.
All right.
So pretty much the seat in Ward 8 is right now vacant right now.
Right.
Trayon won that seat right? He was voted.
85%.
He had won that seat,
Yes.
but the council voted him out. Is that what happened for that seat that had to be vacant again?
Yes. So I always try to put this in context. Ward 8, the part of Southeast that Trey was elected to serve, has been roughly under about a $10 billion development over the last 6 or 7 years. So it's always been a fight over the land, the development, who the developers are, who the construction companies are. And so Trey, because he's not a regular politician,
Right.
he doesn't go in and cut deals with them. They don't feel like they can trust him. He's not one of the good old boys.
Right.
So they made an agreement that Trey had to go. And this started in November 2023. They was fighting Trey, trying to keep him off the ballot. It took us 4 months. Trey had to hire Fred Cook, a long-term DC attorney who's well known, to back them off. Meanwhile, other people had ran elections or ran campaigns for 2 years. Trey only had 6 weeks to run a campaign. In 6 weeks, he got 80% of the vote.
Right.
So they know that it's almost impossible to beat him fair and square.
Right.
So 2 weeks after he was elected, the FBI and the rat Kamar,
Right.
did what they did to set him up to try to make him look bad. I don't even think they really feel like they got a good case. The Washington Post said that 2 weeks after the arrest.
Right.
All of the reporters, the big reporters in the city was calling me. They wanted to talk to me about this.
Right.
Because Trey don't talk to them.
Right.
So they were smart enough to know this got to be a setup, because Trey is a very protected, Trey is in the community with the people.
Right.
He don't spend his time in the rooms with the billionaires bragging about, I met this billionaire. Like when we in meetings with them, we talking to them about giving money to the community, helping the community. We not like, oh, I'm just so happy to be in the room because a billionaire. Man, fuck that. Like if you come in our community, what's your intention? And so our relationship with them has been fighting them. And so Trey has been a thorn in their side.
I just want to ask this question, and this is I know Trey. Been knowing him ever since he got elected to be the school board thing.
Yeah, it was a school board. Yeah, he was on school board.
And once he got to be city council, I know people close to him, and for whatever apparent reason, even then, at that time, I was hearing stuff about them trying to put drugs in his trash can. And
yeah, you remember? Yeah, they had somebody in this. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, somebody.
I'm like,
yeah, somebody was in this.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are they picking with Shorty for? And he's in the community.
Yeah.
Like it kills me, bro. Like I be so mad when I hear when you talk about how the FBI and where like he's always been a man of the community. When tragedy happens, he waking up 2 and 3 in the morning, going to the scene. He on Facebook, he putting his life in danger before the police.
All the time, man.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why are they picking with him?
It's the money, man. That's the reason that.
Boy, that shit
So
eat
listen,
me up, man.
That's the reason that they closed Pizza-holics.
Right.
It wasn't the feds or nothing like that. It was the local black Democratic leaders in DC. It wasn't the white ones. It wasn't Jack Evans. Jack Evans put us in the city's budget.
So they was envy?
No. It started because they had a beef with Adrian. Adrian Fenty was the mayor.
Okay.
So Marion Barry and Vince Gray was the leaders of the Democratic Party at the time.
Okay.
And they didn't get along with Adrian.
Okay.
So they met with us and told us, like, y'all gonna leak all the way to the polls with Adrian. And we got set up 3 times.
Yeah.
One time it was a guy allegedly touched a girl in Spingarn, and then they ran the story that a guy who was a murderer, how is he allowed to work with children? Well, that's all I hired was people. Everybody that worked for me has been a shooter, has been shot, has been stabbed, or have stabbed.
Right.
Like, because that's what we doing. We in the middle of
Changing
dealing with dangerous shit that the average person won't do, right? So all of us have been affected by this level of trauma.
Right.
So, and they knew it. The local politicians knew it, but the way they work with the press to put that out, like, if you're not thinking about it, you would be outraged if you watch the news and they say, oh, a person that was convicted of murder is working with our children. Like, I used to explain to them all the time, I have the information that the kids that's creating the problems want to hear, because we've lived that life that they are embarking upon. So we got the information. Y'all don't have the information. So they all knew who they were funding in the first place. But they told us we was going to leak all the way to the polls with Adrian. The next thing, we gave away a fire truck. Watch the news tonight at 5. A local nonprofit is involved in giving away an ambulance and a fire truck to a third world country. But they don't tell the average person that cities like Washington, D.C., New York, San Francisco, Atlanta often give away their equipment to third world countries, but they got to do it through a nonprofit. Peaceaholics was a nonprofit that they used, that some business people used,
just like Trump
to do that
gift.
Like Trump was going to get the plane. So it's nothing. No. So it's not a big deal. But to people who not involved in this stuff, you think it's a big deal. Like, I go in the barbershop and dudes like, man, I thought y'all just dealt with the neighborhood crews and the violence and all that, man. I didn't know y'all was buying fire trucks and da-da-da-da. So what they do is propaganda. And so when I heard Trump say the fake news, and we was together in 2016. In fact, we was in my restaurant, me, you, and Dan, and we was talking about this. That resonated with me because I know how they put in the paper, even though the paper knows that the average person don't know. They say, well, Jauhar, we sued him for almost 700,000. So the average person think, oh, you took 700,000? No, that's not how that worked. I bought 2 vehicles. The vehicles cost $80,000. When the city sue you that way, they get 3 times the value of what they suing you for. And then they charge you attorney fees and penalties. Like, this is the absolute truth. But you got black people on my live, and they really not my friends, because my friends know better. But they'll say, oh, go read the article about the Peaceaholics. So they become agents of the enemy, spreading propaganda. Like, I've been pretending like I've been bad my whole life. So if I took 700,000, why didn't somebody come lock me up? If that's what I really did. But I had people around me who I thought was friends, but they was really cutting the deal to help make this story look like it was a real story. So I'm just saying, this is what they did with Trayon. Just get somebody around them who don't have nothing to do with Trey, except they family, they close, they related. And this guy gets in trouble, and instead of owning his shit and him and his wife going to prison for defrauding the government, he agrees to work with the FBI to make Trey look bad, because every black leader that they can't pull in the room and tell what to do, they would do 1 or 2 things to try to make your people not trust you. They either do something dealing with money, or they do something dealing with sex, because those are the 2 things that will cause people to not trust you. And anybody that know Trey, like, if we went and pulled everybody's financial sheet that's in that Wilson building, Trey is the only one that don't have no money. All the rest of them making deals with everybody. And I know it. And I got a private investigator investigating some of the relationships with them and I'm going to Congress so that the very people who try to make us think that Congress is interrupting home rule in DC is really the city council that's led by this hypocritical, nasty, filthy cracker named Phil Mickelson. And I mean exactly what I say. I'm not talking about all white people. There's a lot of white people I love. I just told you, if Trump was over here and Obama is over here, I'm going over here with Trump. I know what I'm dealing with. I don't know what this is over here. So I don't care. I don't think like, I want to be clear, I don't think like everybody else, right?
So, I don't think like your investigation that you're doing, is it something that you want to pursue even if Trey gets elected and they leave him alone? Or is it something, or it's just
because
until Trey get into office?
No. What happens is they did election interference. This is why I'm out here like on their ass like this. First of all, they expelled Trey illegally. That's number one.
Illegally?
Yes, Trey have not been found guilty of anything. It's alleged that you saw 30 seconds of 10 hours worth of conversations, right? So you don't know the whole story. And they have the ability to piece it to make it look like whatever because they telling their side of the story. So my problem, like with Kenyon McDuffie, why he can't never be trusted by the black community, because he's a lawyer. So he knows everybody deserves due process. He's been trained to know that. So what would make you go in front of the people? And I mean, just in humanity, like, this is a father who has a mortgage and has a family and responsibilities. Why would you? So y'all might not know, when he introduced the legislation for them to vote on expelling Trey, that meant they had a vote that day. They evicted Trey that day. He stopped getting paid that day. Like, and a black guy led that. Now, this black guy spent hours and hours and hours with me over the last couple of years talking to me about how important Trey is. In fact, he wouldn't even consider running for mayor without Trey's endorsement.
Yeah, I remember that.
So why would you, if you told me that, then why would you, who made you go out there and do that? The FBI or Phil Mickelson? Either question, either answer is not sufficient. Because the people, because if the FBI made you do it, that means you no good. I mean, you're not better than the rat Kamar. Because the only way the FBI can make you do it is if they got some stuff on you. And I happen to know that you all in Trey's paperwork. I happen to know that. So it make me wonder now, like, and I know what everybody else know. I see how you behave, how you function. So no, I want the people to know that. Like, the biggest, let me just say this, Dan, Trump is not a threat to democracy. Black people who don't vote is a threat to democracy, because you don't know whether this stuff work or not if you don't show your ass up and vote. Like, Trump got the votes to pass the big, beautiful bill because the white people participate in the politics. The black people don't participate. Like, whoever wins this race is going to win it with less than 3,000 votes.
Wow.
It's 100,000 people.
I was going to ask that.
It's 100,000 people.
How many people in Ward 8?
It's about 80,000 on paper. But you know how we function. It's about 100,000 people in Ward 8. So
and 3,000.
And 3,000. Whoever get 3,000 votes gonna win. So it's like, it's so much propaganda.
That's my question. So, because I'm going back to the council thing going on and they're voting them out. Don't the council know the reason why they are in office? Because people voted them in. If we the people believe in Trayon to be the one that we want to represent us in Ward 8, why does it matter to them? Because we voted them in.
So let me tell y'all what happened. Right after Kenyon McDuffie, who should never be trusted in the black community, right after he introduced the discussion on the council to go up before a vote.
What ward Kenyon in?
Kenyon in Ward 5.
Okay.
And he's a real DC person.
Okay.
Like real live.
Right,
like
right.
he got like we really got ties,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But it don't matter. I got a cousin that told on my uncle, cooperated on my uncle, got my uncle life. My cousin is not welcome at family event. Nowhere am I at.
Yeah.
And it don't mean I don't love him. It's just like your behavior can't be excused.
Yeah.
Like, cause you got to tell me why would you?
Right.
I mean, that's why I would never speak to Ronald Moulton another day in my life. I did too much to help that nigga. And so people pull you in the room to get you to try to do something to slander not only my name, but the best work that we ever did in our life. And people call me talking about, man,
so y'all don't talk.
Man, I would never talk to him. It's not worth me ever speaking to him again. That's why I was on a platform with Psych a couple months ago because I was shocked that people really thought that I had something to do with the Go-Go Museum. I had nothing to do with no shit like that. It's too small. I wouldn't be involved with nothing like that.
Right.
I would never be involved with nothing like that.
Right.
So that's another thing that we'll talk about a little bit later. So back to this local election, it's so much riding on this local election because Robert White claims he from DC.
Right.
I don't know nobody who grew up with him. I don't know nobody who went to school with him. I don't know. I mean, DC, like when we grew up, DC was really communities. Like you can't say you from this neighborhood, that neighborhood. Like somebody knows you. Somebody know you.
You
like
can't say you from uptown.
If you ain't get the lunch
what part of
at the rec
like,
center in the summer,
somebody,
I mean, what school did you go to?
Right.
Where'd you play ball at?
Right.
Like you just can't go around lying like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so as soon as Kenyon led the move to get Trey expelled, I mean, within an hour after they voted, the people was coming down, taking his name off the door. Like after all these people, these black people just voted for Trey. And you know how important Trey is to these people.
Right.
So the black person leaves. That's why I keep telling y'all, just because somebody is black, everybody and all our grandparents used to say this. All skin folk is not kinfolk.
Right.
But we don't pay attention. Like we just think because you black, we should trust you.
It's dangerous, man.
It's extremely dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
So the week after that, they introduced another piece of legislation to have private meetings. The council. Now every meeting they have concerning public dollars is supposed to be held in the public because it's public dollars. Yeah. They so arrogant. And this is the thing that they so arrogant that it's borderline stupid. They think because Trump said that the whole DC government is corrupt. And it's true. Like, I know it's true. And I can tell them where some of the bodies are buried. Like, I'll be able to help them at some point. It's true. So they think, well, since Trey is in the public and it looks like Trey did something wrong, we're going to push him to the side to make it look like he's the only one. So he's the only one with allegedly $5,000 in an envelope. But the white lady who just happened to be a gay white lady who was in charge of DHCD, the city auditor did a report 2 or 3 years ago and said they misused or couldn't account for $82 million. So they got you focused on 5,000 with Trey on.
No.
And not Kenyon McDuffie, not Robert White, not one of them had a meeting with this lady publicly about this money.
You and Jauhar,
and you can look this up.
No.
You can look this up. The DC auditor, Kathy Patterson.
Me and you, we debate a lot. We not on the same page on some things, and I respect your opinion, but you are so important to this community because you inside. You're not an insider, but your knowledge helps us. You know what I'm saying? Your knowing helps us understand. And as hard-headed as some black folk are, you put stuff into a light that no matter how hard-headed you are, he just put it as plain as see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you can't be that. You could be hard-headed, but you can't be that stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even bringing that up, nobody in the community would know that, because like you said the other day on the live that you kicked me off,
You hear that damn shots?
we like happy hour. We like to go drink, party, you know, live our life, eat bad foods. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay attention to our own health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not so much the political stuff, the people that's writing the laws and not understanding, not knowing. But so you I'm just, you know, giving you your props and your flowers on that, because you really important, man. And it's no matter how hard-headed people are, man, if they not, then they just stupid. Like you know, you put it, you know, a blind man can see. You know what I'm saying? And it's you just put the shit in perspective, man. You know, no matter if I like how you know, same thing with Joe Jackson. I might not agree on how he approach it or how he aggressive he is, because you can be that, and you can be, you know, in certain ways you get your point across.
Coop, you being attacked,
right,
you being killed,
killed,
and you don't know it,
killed, yeah.
And then you say, how can you say
you're
not aggressive enough?
No.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
All of us should be outraged.
No. But what I'm saying is, you know, get the information first.
Like, for example,
get the information.
Okay.
So when you go into those rooms,
like
they can't really combat you.
So let me give you an example.
They can easily say he's just yelling and he's, you know, what do he know?
Listen to your to your point.
Yeah.
Our friend Jill,
right,
who been around the go-go community for decades,
right.
She compared the way we get discriminated against to a few people not buying her book. And I know she don't mean nothing wrong by it.
All right.
But other black people get on and say, oh, no, she's right. You don't know what are you going to compare with any white person has ever been through in America? Like, it's shit that's been happening to us that I mean, you're going to die and not know what they would. I mean, do you realize they told people that if you don't get a shot, there's some shit they just made up.
Right.
That if you don't go get a shot, that you're going to lose your job.
Right.
You know, I mean, I was talking to a guy from the go-go community last night that told me he retired because he refused to take a shot. So he had to get out. Now, he can be in the process of suing them to get, you know, if he want to go back to work or to get the money that he lost because they made you afraid.
Right.
I'm just different.
Right.
I know cancer been around here since the 40s.
Yeah.
And you haven't figured that out yet?
Yeah.
You send people to the moon.
But you know, knowledge is key.
But you haven't figured that out?
No.
And all of a sudden, you don't even really know what this coronavirus is.
Right.
But you telling people if you don't get a shot, you can't come to work.
Right.
Like, come on. So I look at the well-trained. I don't call them educated. The well-trained, because the institution of colleges in America and universities don't really educate people. They train people. And it's a difference in education and training. So it's a difference.
So where do people, who? That's the dangerous part. Where do people that coming up in elementary, coming up in public schools, coming up in Catholic schools, private schools, where do people, I'm trying to I'm just gonna be blunt about it, I guess.
Yeah, say it.
Nah, I'm just trying to
Hey,
figure
why
out.
you trying to be
Right.
political?
No.
You know he always he
No,
always be
like,
You
but where
scared?
do
he's politically correct guy.
you know? And I've always been
Right.
careful about the question because I've always like, you know, when you coming up in school, you know, you comprehending anything, whatever's trained or whatever's taught, whatever how you ever
You know, no, I don't
Right.
want you to speed past that. I want
Okay,
you to really digest.
That's what I'm trying to
being
do.
trained
Right.
and having education.
Okay.
Is two totally different things.
So coming up as a kid, how do we decipher what's trained and what's being educated?
So I'm gonna tell you what happened, this was a defining moment in my life, and like it's in my mind today.
Okay.
I always ask my grandmother, why you had that picture hanging right there? Like, because in my family, all of us are black, but you got this white picture. I'm 6. Like, what is that? And she explained it to me. This is Jesus. This is the Lord. Think about this. Angel food cake is white cake. Devil food cake is black cake. Somebody named it that. My grandmother left this earth believing that was the Lord. Now, I watched Good Times in the early 70s when I was a kid, and I watched this interaction with Michael and his mother, and he had the Muslim paper, and he was saying, I read in the paper that it said Jesus is black. And she said, well, no, son, if that was true, the Bible would say so. He said, but the Bible does say so. And he took her into the book of Revelation, straight to the verse that said Jesus had hair like lamb's wool, eyes like a flame of fire, skin like bronze, like burnt brass. And she looked at it and said, well, no, that's the only God. That's the only Jesus we know.
Okay.
So we'll put this one up during Black History Month.
Okay.
But then we're going to go back to, no, you can't. That's why our kids don't listen to us.
Okay.
Spiritually, they refuse to, like, I be talking to these young guys all the time. They all want to be entrepreneurs. They don't know nothing about it. They just don't agree to go to work for nobody. Like, they don't agree with that shit. Like it's a rebellion, but they don't have the right information. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something.
Right.
The people that you think are leaders, just because they black, they give them a lot of money to mislead black people. Like, for example, one of the crimes they committed against us is they took vocational education out of public schools. That was a crime. That was a criminal act, because every child is not going to college. But the ones like many of our grandparents, our grandfathers laid with brick masons and drywall and mechanics, and they bought homes in DC off of doing labor kind of work. Today, it's on your radar today, but it was on my radar 10 years ago, because as I was fighting these developers and these construction companies, they bring in all these illegal immigrants to build all these beautiful apartments and homes, but black men standing around on the street gambling crap. They playing crap games and shooting dice and harassing each other, but they don't have the skills to do painting, to do drywall. Them guys making $40, $50 an hour, cool. So they bringing in bus loads of them before daylight, bus loads, paying them below minimum wage. It's wage theft. Like, you can't pay below the Davis-Bacon wage left on jobs in DC. They bring them in early in the morning and let them build and let them work. You know how many times I went on them job sites and made everybody leave?
And when did you know that?
10 listen.
At what age?
I didn't understand this stuff till I was like 45.
Okay, and that's that. Some people give up. I'm talking to everybody. You never gave up on learning. Some people give up when they feel like it's nothing there for them. And I'm just telling you,
I'm
John,
gonna tell you a true story.
20 years old, 21, some families, and I always talk about people different, people got different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, Jauhar, and it's guys like you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's guys like me that kind of like I feel for. I have a soft heart for the ones that gave up and that didn't understand, and that's out here. I look at somebody the other day. They got their back arched. They on drugs. We was in Baltimore yesterday, and they walking across the street. I'm like, how did that guy get like that? And it's just man, it's dangerous, bro. And it's dangerous. That's why people like you are so important, because you never gave up on learning. And if you could spill, that much into the community with the knowledge, it's a big thing. Because when
it don't mean nothing if we don't show up.
It don't mean, but yeah, that's easy to say. It don't mean nothing if we don't show up. But man,
look,
30 years of shit in your brain.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
Listen,
that's all.
But this is done intentionally. So
right.
I remember,
right.
I remember when Adrian Finchie was the mayor. Adrian said, "We want to get rid of the school board. I want the mayor to have control over the schools, because for 30 years we send more black boys from our school system to prison than to college. It's something wrong with it."
Yeah.
So he brought this Asian lady in,
right,
and she was like, "Look, either
like
yen,
something like that, yeah."
Re. She was like, so first I wanted to go take her to task, because I'm like, who you think you are talking to these black people like this? Like, you not from this community. But you know what she said? She said, my children are going to go to public schools, and I can't afford for them to lose 2 or 3 years in public schools in Washington, D.C. while we get it together, right? That was deep. Like, I heard her say that in the meeting. So me going there to check her for how she talked to black people.
Right.
So then I had to ask myself, what's the most important, or what's the purpose for the school system?
Right.
Is it for black people to have jobs and retire, or is it for children to learn? What's the answer to that, Coop?
For kids to learn.
So guess what everybody was coming to me saying? She got to go because she taking people's jobs. So I see this different. I see this differently, because she said, I'll pay you more if you come from under the union. I'll pay you more based on your performance. Meaning that if 50% of your children can read on grade level, do math on grade level, then instead of the average salary being $50,000, I'll make it $75,000. You know what the teachers overwhelmingly chose? To stay in the union, because they get protection in the union, but it leaves our children out there. Yeah. If the Commanders don't win in 3 years, they're gonna fire the coach. Yeah. If they don't turn the culture around. Right. If the Wizards don't win, which they never win, but every 3 or 4 years, they just fire the coach. This is the only place where in the black community, because this not going on at Deal and Wilson and all that. This ain't going on. And you know the difference? The parents show up. The parents are involved in the school. So black people, and again, I'm talking to black people specifically, that's native to Washington, D.C., that love our city. We have to stop playing so goddamn much, because by us eating out and dining and drinking and happy hour and partying, and I do that too, but I also go to the meetings. So I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if we don't do that, essentially, like when I poll people, I say, how do you feel about living in the gayest city in America? They just laugh. Man, go ahead, man. You know that ain't true. So then I say, well, go Google the mayor saying that. And then let's go look at what is happening around us. And the other day,
But we take offense about, I remember a time we took offense on how we was perceived in the jail, the niggas from DC, and they had a room out, and we took offense to that.
Yeah, but this
You know what I'm
guy,
saying?
yeah, but this guy's like that.
No, I'm just saying.
When you in the culture,
you should be offended if somebody say you the gayest city in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's if you not.
Right.
So I remember the other day, like Malachi was on it. Malachi said if you don't do something or whatever, it seemed like you just complaining.
Yeah.
So again, Malachi has contributed a lot to Go-Go, I believe, but he never been black in America. So he don't know that you start complaining and then it turns into some action. Like, I don't run away from complain. Like, yes, I'm complaining. Like, when you injure me, when you do something to me that's not right, people who have a certain privilege look at it like you complaining. And they pay a lot of black people a lot of money to manage black people, to say, hey, go tell them that everything gonna be all right. Like, because that's the government's relationship with us. Because J. Edgar Hoover said that one of the biggest threats to America's national security is the black family.
All right.
So that's why it's been an attack. And so the mothers, like, this is not an accident. If you ever go downtown and look and see who working in the DC government and all these office buildings and all that, it's mostly women. And I'm gonna say the other culture, because y'all keep telling me I shouldn't call people names.
No,
and I'm not calling
names.
There's
nothing wrong with saying it. Just in vain, I think it's not everybody.
Well,
So
I
when you say
everybody.
okay, no, but it could be perceived. That's why even on my posts, I always say some of y'all.
Yeah. Well, no, this is specific.
Okay. All right.
The people who control the money in Go-Go don't have nothing to do with Go-Go.
Okay.
Have never had anything to do with Go-Go.
Okay.
And it just so happens to be that they're all gay.
Okay.
Now you can say, well, that's just a coincidence. I say, okay, if that's what you say.
Right.
But I've never known, like, there's a book out that talks about the secret relationship between blacks and Jews.
Right.
When that book came out, some Jews was offended, but it was Jews who actually wrote the book. Some Jews was offended, but when you read the book, the stuff it was talking about is true. So I get anybody to come on here and say that Phil Mendelssohn didn't take $6 million out of the budget that was 2025's budget. After the budget had been settled, he went in and took $6 million out and paid off the debt.
He took the eraser.
Yeah, and paid off the debt.
Changed the number.
Stage.
Wow.
$6 million.
Wow.
I posted on my page the other day because we on his ass, because he's a criminal. Like, he's a millionaire. He's a multi-millionaire from insider trading. It's like, why do you think all these congressmen and senators are millionaires? Eleanor Holmes Norton is worth $30 million. She don't even get a vote in DC. She a shadow congressperson. How the hell you get to amass $30 million worth of wealth? Doing what? You would have not cashed a check for 34 years. That's how long she been there. How are they making all this money? Against the interest of American people. And they just play all these games. Oh, Trump is a threat to democracy. No, nigga, not going to the poll is a threat to democracy. You not voting. You not being involved.
Hey, Dan,
that's a threat to democracy.
Dan, you need one of these buttons that clap when Jauhar says something that I agree with.
Clap
like,
today.
No, my hand hurting right now.
Man.
Okay.
There you go.
Look, I run over there.
I thought he was calling for me to be censored because I'm using bad language.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the story, we gotta get to them polls.
So let me ask you this about the polls.
Let's go to the polls. Ward 8. We have a few more days, y'all. One more day.
Today and tomorrow. We got till 7 o'clock.
Till tomorrow, right?
Yes, and we don't let the fake black elite decide nothing for us. Like right now in Ward 8, Cora Mastersbury is from Texas. She's still carrying Marion Barry's name because that's the only reason we would know her. She don't deserve to be over top of no go-go money. And she's the nastiest.
So would it be Core Masters?
Yeah, that would be her name.
Okay.
She's the nastiest, meanest, like I've never encountered. Like I just go the other way. So because I would people would probably say, I know somebody taught you better than that,
right,
to talk to an 80-year-old black lady like that. So that I won't have to do that, I just go the other way. But she's the meanest, nastiest, cantankerous. Like they think that because, and I'm telling you, these people put them type of people over top of the budget and the money dealing with black men. So no black man is going to tolerate that, being talked to like that. So just look at the kind of guys that are around her. Since Dan think I'm saying it's a conspiracy, and
or
is it a coincidence? Right. You have to ask yourself, where are the men at? Where are the men? And I'm not talking about the males and those who appear to be. I'm talking about the men. And she have a nerve to tell somebody that what happened with Trayon was just embarrassing. Nothing was more embarrassing than what happened with Marion Barry. Nothing. Nothing's more embarrassing than that. So watch your mouth, man.
And that's another situation.
Watch your mouth.
Where the people voted that man back in.
Yeah.
Y'all,
so I just
like,
wanna,
you know what I'm saying?
So Coop, remember
under that.
Now remember, Coop,
go ahead.
when we voted MB back in,
right?
The government's response to that was to put what in place? You remember? In 95 and 90.
Not quite, but I'm just out.
So they put the control board in place.
Control board.
And they sent Anthony Williams here.
Okay.
And they said, okay, if y'all gonna vote for him and we against it, what we're gonna do is take the control of the money. And they put the control board there. And then Coop, me, you, and G, and Al Malik Farrakhan is the one who organized us back then and was teaching us this stuff back then.
Yeah.
You remember we went down the Thomas Circle about 1,000 deep, and we stormed the building where the control board was, so that we can get some of the things that we needed. Right. Do you remember when Jack Johnson was out here extorting in the county, extorting? I know this makes some of the fake black elite county leaders upset. They don't like you talk like this, but see, then we went to his office, and he was hiding in there like a little creep. We went to his office and we wasn't leaving. We stormed his office, about 300 of us. Like, we're not going to tolerate this. So the power that we have when we get organized, man, is unmatched. And that's what happened.
I think I still had one brace on. And me and Al Malik was talking about that. It was like he was on his crutch. I said, boy, I ain't walked this far in a while. You know, I had my lower extremities was messed up.
Yeah, so
man, it's a
couple of years ago we had the lady that was running the police detail in Maryland.
Yep.
She was extorting, the club owners. As soon as we had that meeting at Fast Eddie's, you see what happened. Yeah. So I'm just saying, when they was trying to stop what's his name from playing his music down on 7th Street, this is what preceded the Don't Mute DC thing. Backyard came out there, played on at 14th and used thousands of people out there. So that showed the city the power of go-go. Now you just got the wrong people making decisions in terms of the history and the future of go-go. My interest is, what is this going to look like 50 years from now? My interest is not trying to pay my mortgage and trying to pay a car note and that type of shit. My interest is, how can you be like, I know what this is. Like, I put skin all in this game since I was 12. And out of everybody that's living, I got just as much of a right to talk about the stuff I'm saying as anybody. Like Ern Myers, Dr. Ern Myers, bless his heart, he has no relationship to, like, I'm so sick of people telling me they went to ask for $10,000 to do a project and he gave him 1,000. Like what? But we know we can look and researching now who he's giving money to, and these people we don't even know these people.
Right.
We don't know these people.
Right.
So, and anybody that's participating in this fraud should be called out.
Right.
I don't mind, like this me personally, I don't mind people from the go-go community getting as much money, as big a checks as they could get.
Right.
Because you're really from the go-go community.
Right.
I do take issue with Black Alley because Black Alley always said they wasn't a go-go band until insider trading, and they knew it was a go-go fund. Then they became a go-go band. And if it's true that they going around the world parading as a go-go band, then I think it's hypocritical, and I think it's a character issue. And I'm not attacking the band members. I'm just saying, as an organization, like we need to talk about that.
I think on that end, I think people perceive fortunately and unfortunately, when a lot of stuff was happening, when the clubs was being closed, and the club owners started talking about, hey, don't play that aggressive music in here, and we kind of had to go by, they was trying to change our name from Backyard to Big G and the Band.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? TCB to Polo and the Boys. So everybody kind of, they kind of made people kind of like worry about, should we present ourselves as such? Not saying what they said, what they wasn't, but when you a band, I got a band top 5. We do R&B and hip hop, and I say it and a little go-go. But because we from DC, most of the people that live that don't know about a go-go band, they perceive us as playing as we a go-go band. Dan asks me that all the time. Are you a go-go band, or are you a band that plays go-go? Mm-hmm. Black Alley is a band that plays go-go. Top 5 is a band that plays go-go. It's so the description sometimes get a little, now I understand what you're saying, because it was an article when they were saying they was garage something, soul, and trying to, and I think they was just trying to make their own lane or describing something like, when we was coming up, how could you describe Backyard? The Bad Boys of Go-Go, or the this and that, or Big G and the Band? Because the violence erupted around the clubs, and you kind of gotta, the city ain't want go-go in it, so you kind of shied away from it.
Right.
At a time. Then it was the attack on go-go bands. Then we had to stand up for it. Mm-hmm. So no matter if you thought you were, we can't do this, can't do that, so we're gonna try to come through the back door with it. I think some I got caught up in it, but I didn't say, I said, no, we can't be Big G in the Band. It's not gonna resonate. They're gonna feel like it's not authentic. So we still gotta be Backyard.
Right.
But some organizations probably just, like you saw on some of the flyers, Polo and the Boys. Yeah. And it was more so that they was trying to separate the image of go-go just to perform. So I don't know if they got caught up into that, or people just, because you're a band in DC, you automatically play go-go. Because me and Dan, we go back and forth all the time. You're a go-go band, and then sometimes artists that want to travel the world, you will ask a musician inside a go-go band right now, and they'll be like, I'm an artist. I play it all. They want to be labeled as artists. They want to be able to be in a genre of jazz, blues, go-go, R&B, hip-hop, so that they can survive in this music industry. Now, go-go has gotten recognized as official music. And I think it was a relief, thank God, Thank God. Even though we still probably not getting everything that's what me and you talking about, fighting for. So it's now it's like everybody coming out there shell a little bit, like, being proud of being a part of this historical genre, I think. And that's why, I think they got caught up.
Yeah,
maybe.
but when you go to the when you go look at so I have a problem with the government
Right.
funding people to distort. See, I know how the government works, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna give you an example. I used to have an organization called Peaceaholics, and we used to get funded through the Children's Trust. The money that the city would give us to do violence work with neighborhoods and relocation, and help some of our young people that was going to college. They put the money in a fund that was managed. It was called the Children's Trust Fund.
Okay.
So maybe they would put $20 million in it a year out of a multi-billion-dollar budget.
Right.
20 million is nothing. And maybe all the organizations who was doing the work, really doing the work, was getting 5 or 6 million. And then the rest of the money, it was a slush fund for the council members. Straight up.
Wow.
And some of them went to jail.
Wow.
So they pursued this with Harry Thomas because he was black.
Slush. Well, I swear.
But Jim Graham, who
When
was...
you say slush money, how much? Are we talking millions?
Yes. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Ain't no thousands.
And so I know how they work.
Right.
So by the time you get a check, it's 3 or 4 other entities that's touching the money before you get the money. And I remember we was in the middle of a major situation. 2 neighborhoods was shooting out, like meeting up at the school, shooting. And we needed some money because we was taking...
I was down Northwest.
Yeah. No, in Northwest.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so we needed some money to take the youngins
Northeast and Southeast,
out to Camp Riverview, Camp Brown and
Right.
Camp Riverview. So in order to do that, we had to rent buses. We had to get food for a weekend. Like we was going to be out there for a weekend, and we had 50 people working. We had parents, like we went out there with about 400 or 500 people. So
I remember that.
the city had already approved and budgeted and moved, I don't know, about $1 million over to the trust for us. Well, they only wanted to give us the money, a couple thousand here and there. When I realized what they was doing, I went down there and I told the guy that was director at the time that if we don't get our check, because I only needed a percentage of it so that we could get these families taken care of. But when I realized they was really playing with our money and they had the money, the city had already given them the money, man, I was like, y'all got to give us our check. And we want all the money that the city gave y'all for us. And if you don't, we're going to have a press conference. I never in my life, I got a check for like $600,000 in 2 days. So they wanted to give me 40 or 50,000 at a time, but the city had already put this amount. Man, give us our money, or we gonna come down here with all the kids and parents. Like we gonna
find that out.
Man, I had inside trade. Yeah, people showed us the budget. They said the money. This where the money at. Like we already put the money because we putting the pressure on the council. Like if we don't move these families around,
That's what gets me, man, about this whole thing. It's like, y'all messing with Trayon over $5,000, and you talking about millions of dollars.
Bro, you can't imagine. You can't imagine. Anita Bond is a company that got all the concrete work, all of the major concrete work in D.C. You see these trucks riding around. It's Fort Myer. If you see trucks that got Fort Myer on it, they get billions of dollars from this city over the past 8 or 9 years. Her relationship with them have to be investigated. Because how do you, like we know Phil got his money a lot of money through this Pepco echelon, like when they switched over from Pepco, like that deal, that energy deal that happened here a few years ago. Like, yeah, so we busy fighting Trump on social media because we ain't affecting shit. But the person that's right here in the Wilson building who is impacting, like he controls all the council members, Phil Mendelssohn, no good cracker. And I mean that like cracker, no good cracker. He controls them. So like he really bribed them to vote to get Trey out. Like we heard Janice Lewis George is a council member for Ward 4. They didn't want her, I don't want to use the word threaten, but they tried to get her not to swear Trey in when he won the last time. Can you imagine that? He won. No, Dan. Listen, he won. And after you win, you have a swearing in ceremony. But a judge or a council member, somebody like that has to swear you in. So none of the other council members would swear him in. Kenyon McDuffie wouldn't swear him in. Robert White would, and they go to her and tell her not to do it. But she did it anyway. Because she knew what they was doing wasn't right. Man, if they mess around with Trey this time, man, we gonna pull. Listen, we gonna be in the streets. Like the White House gonna get a hold of this. They gonna get involved with this stuff faster than they plan on anyway. Trump already planned on taking over the city, but I'm gonna help escalate it. Yeah, because you can't take. Listen, nobody get the disrespect.
Let me say this, man.
I'm
on record right
No,
now.
Coop. Nobody gets to fuck with me, and I know you doing that while I'm living. No, you can write what you want after I'm gone, but while I'm here, no, you can't do that. You can't, because they cowards, Coop, on the license plates. What's on the license plates? Yeah, so they make it a slogan like Nike, just do it. Man, America got its freedom from the British through the Boston Tea Party. Like, we're not going to pay taxes. We're not going to pay you for goods and services that we don't receive. DC resident pays some of the highest taxes in the country. Why should I grow up here or my children grow up here paying these taxes and we being discriminated against by Congress? Because we don't have a vote. But nobody is serious about really getting that change. They give them some money every year to say have meetings and have people to sign in to say they came to a meeting. They had a party down at Mark Bond's place, right? They call it like whatever they call it. They ain't doing nothing but come in to have a good time, eat and drink, give somebody they like some money, right? Which is Mark, huh? No, not the caucus. They call it this that 60 thing kicking in, but I'll tell you in a minute. But they do this every year to say we want to be the 51st state. So they just have meetings, right? But they're not serious about it. Home rule. They call it home rule. But they're not serious about it. So if it was me and I really cared about it, I would, and I was the mayor, the kids wouldn't go to school. They would have a real civics exercise down at the Capitol every day. Like, why would we want to grow up in this city and pay the highest taxes in this country and we don't have a vote? That strips us of a couple $2 billion a year and we don't have a vote. So no, you got to do what happened on January 6th when we went down to the Capitol. You got to be willing to do that. No, the people don't know. The school system intentionally don't teach you. No, but the black people are, they like, I call them the fake black elite because they just in position, but they not really going to do nothing. Like they bluff. They the ones that always say, do this to me again. Do this to me again. Because they getting paid. They not for us. See, nobody had to tell me that Obama wasn't for me when those children got shot on South Capitol Street leaving a funeral. And he was at the White House. He was in town. And nobody from the White House came. But BBC, the British, all the way from over there came and like the news, this was a place for the news for a week. Every day the cameras from all over the world was there. And this nigga never showed up and never sent nobody. A couple of days after that, in Connecticut, white kids got shot at a school. And he was up there on TV in tears. So I don't excuse that. When people say, oh, he's the president for everybody. So why wasn't he here crying for the black kids? Why? Like, no, it's not acceptable. You don't get to do that. So they pay the black managers to tell everybody that it's going to be all right. Calm down. No, it's not going to be all right. Marion Barry told us anything in politics that you want, you have to take it. Nobody's going to give you anything. Marion Barry got shot. You remember that? Anything you want in politics, you're going to have to take it. And we sit around and plan. The women get the nails and toes done, nice bags, hair done. But the kids are getting robbed in education. Right. And it could change if we show up at the meetings. Man, I had a guy tell me the other day, I went to jail for 12 years because I robbed a store and got $9,000. I didn't know the city had $20 billion. And this amount of money is sitting aside for people like me, and I can't access the money. No, you can. All you got to do is go to the meetings. You got to start going to the meetings. But it got to be more than just you. Like if I come to the meeting and it's just me, they're not going to talk like they really would talk if I wasn't there. Because I'm not for sale. That's why you don't see me with the man, with these people, those people. If they doing something I agree with, then I support it. But if they doing shit I don't agree with, I don't support it. And I'm telling you, like at Johnson Junior High School.
You're not the type of person that because you don't agree with 80% of the time. That does that 20% make a difference? That's 20% of you agreeing with them changes your.
It depends on the issue. In politics, okay. Listen, I'm smart enough to understand.
So no part of the 20%. So nothing Obama did.
He made it harder for me to get my kids in college. They took the money away. I took my kids to HBCU. No, I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm talking about things that's a layup. Yeah. Things that's a layup. Okay. And when I heard him being pressed about, would you do something to help black men? Right. He said no. Like when I heard them ask Kamala, what are you going to do specifically for black people? She said nothing. Why would I do something specifically for black people? Why do you do something specifically for Asians? Why do you consider all these major cities sanctuary cities? You're doing that specifically for illegal immigrants. So you do something to help everybody but your own people.
I heard it as just for black people.
Okay. What is sanctuary cities for?
No, but I'm just saying.
No, I got you. But what is sanctuary cities for? No. Tell me, what is a sanctuary city, Dan? What's a sanctuary city? That's these cities that the government take taxpayers' dollars to support illegal immigrants. Right. I just told you they do wage theft on construction sites. That's breaking the federal law. They put them in hotels. They live in better conditions than people who from D.C. They in the Marriott. They living in, man, are you crazy? You see all these scooters riding around here?
What you told me earlier was something that stuck. When you said that a lot of these youngins right now don't want to work for nobody.
Right. Right.
How do you change that? If they don't want to work for nobody,
Cool. If you spent $15 million in a go-go fund, right?
right?
There's so many things that can be created
Okay,
in go-go.
okay,
From engineer,
okay,
monitor. I mean, I'm talking about life-changing experiences.
okay.
Me and you are at the age
But
where
that's a whole nother conversation.
yeah, but me and you are at the age where we've watched. Like I've never had a job practically my whole life because of go-go. I've never had to get up and go somewhere and be somewhere. Like I have to do it. I've done things because I wanted to do it.
Right.
I've never had to work. And most of the musicians in go-go, at least 60% of them, have never done anything but been a musician. And music saved their
Well, that's a whole other discussion. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about comparing the regular black person that, you know, like even construction. But
Okay.
but you mentioned vocation.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they know. So
right.
So let me make sure
So-
you can draw a line to this. So
No, I'm
it's not
drawing
just
the
out
line.
there.
I'm just
No,
asking. Right.
every 20 years.
Right.
So this area, the city has a comp plan. So they know what's going to
Because when
happen
me and you
here.
was coming up,
Yeah.
we had vocational school.
Yeah, but they have. What I'm saying to you is they have a comp
And they
plan.
don't. Right. Okay.
So every 20 years, they lay out what everything is going to be.
Okay.
Every 20 years.
Okay.
So right now in DC, they know what it's going to be like in 2050
30, 20, 40.
because they already planning it, right?
Okay.
So they knew that by taking vocational education out of public schools, it was going to send a lot of black boys to prison. You understand?
Great.
Because if you don't go, if you're not going to college, if you don't have that kind of capacity,
Right.
and then minimum wage is offering anywhere from the 80s to now, from $3.50 an hour or $3.35 an hour up to $17 an hour now, you can't even afford to live in the city at $17.
17?
Yeah, you can't afford to live. That's $35,000
I
a
was
year.
making 357, 335. Yeah.
330. That's what I'm saying.
God dang.
So
17? I wish I was.
the majority of us,
Of course.
the men,
Yeah.
we went to the street
Yeah.
and tried to figure it out. And then they built a whole nother system that the judges and the politicians have. They invested in
Right.
the federal prison system.
That's what I'm saying.
It's on the open market, open air market. Like they invest in you going to prison. And then so the jumpers that you wear in prison, the underclothes you wear, the meals you get, the phone calls, the tablets, all of that shit. Somebody got a contract for that. But they don't play fair. They don't show us that. And so we gotta do shit like sell drugs when they know we don't manufacture, we're not flying nothing in and out of here. Like all this shit is a plan to take black men off the count. And if you play chess,
So I want to ask.
what happens if you play chess?
So I want to ask.
You play chess?
I know about playing chess.
So what happens when you take the king off the board?
Checkmate. So
What that mean, Dan? When the king get removed, then what? The game is over.
Yeah.
So this whole system is set up.
Yeah, so
The whole system. I don't want you to walk past this.
I'm not.
The whole system is set up to take us off the board.
Okay.
And so when you got these women who, like so many people was, Biden, he appointed the first black woman to the Supreme Court. Guess what, Coop? We playing, we got the three things right here. Under this, one of them underneath here is she married to a white man, she gay, or she got a traditional family, black family. Pick the one you think.
I mean, that don't.
See, you're gonna say that don't matter, right?
It don't. No. It's
It absolutely matters, Coop.
It don't.
It has
it's-
something to do with the way you think.
Okay, but it's. I'm getting down to a bigger.
I've been in so many of
getting down
these
to it.
meetings. I've been in the White House. I see the guys that's around. Cool. They
What?
not regular guys like us.
Okay, and that's cool.
Everybody is
and
a little.
and I understand that part.
Can I say it on your show?
I
man?
understand that. But what I'm saying, Jauhar, this is I'm going back to
You tripping, man.
I'm going back
You
to-
making excuses for these
I'm
people,
not
man.
making no excuses.
I'm telling you, they trying to fade us out.
Okay,
They trying to fade.
and
And we the silent majority.
then what
And
do
we
I-
gotta call that
what,
shit out. Cool.
what do and that's cool.
Any
I don't
nigga
mind.
that's sleeping
I
with
don't
men
mind. I don't
and
mind.
sleeping with
Bro,
women, he's a
I
danger
don't
to the society.
mind calling people out. I'm just telling you about the person that literally don't know. That's not getting this
No, they
information.
know. Look at pull up the whole mayor's executive team. All the people.
Before you
No, just
say
pull
that,
them up.
Okay, yeah, I can pull them up. I can pull them up.
Just so you can see.
I can pull them up.
Because that means we gotta go out
We're not
and
talking
vote.
to me.
No, we talking about all of us.
Yes.
We're talking about all of
when
us.
I say me, I can pull it up. How do we reach the motherfuckers?
They
that-
proud too. They flexing on you. They proud.
Guess what? For them, whatever.
We the silent majority. Cool.
Okay,
What we gonna do?
Exactly. And I don't. But when you call a meeting, I'm talking about for the motherfuckers that don't show up, bro.
So cool.
I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna show up. Man, you gonna show up. How do we get this? How do we register this shit?
The
This
amount
is-
of calls that we getting, like, no, people really. So I was shocked.
We was in a meeting. Hold on. I went to one of your meetings.
What happened?
You said everybody, let's meet down a district building.
Mhm.
Twice in a row. Second time.
Mhm.
Who was it? Me and you.
And somebody else came,
Wasn't on time.
but we've been in there too with 100, 200 people.
And
too.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. But what I'm saying is, how do we make that consistent? Because I didn't know about the time there was 100.
Yeah.
So when I really realized that, it was just like, okay, boom. I'm how do we get people to be consistent?
We gotta give people information. Cool.
Information.
Yeah, we gotta give people information. That's
Information.
why I'm talking now,
Okay.
because I really love the city that raised me, where I grew up at. I don't
And
like.
that's why I
what's
said
going-
earlier
I
in
don't
this
like
conversation,
what's-
you was important.
Yeah, I don't like the way where it's headed, and I think we sleep at the wheel. And I think all the people who defend these people, and I'm not saying all these people are bad, but maliciously,
Thank
what happens, Coop, is like, let's just say if we was to hire or elect a black nationalist. Black nationalist, primarily, he's going to want to fund black nationalist causes because that's how he thinks. Those are the people he's with when he's not in the public eye.
Okay.
The Jews are the same way. They stick together.
Right.
That's what they do.
Right.
The Latinos, same way. They organize their voting base and they stick together. The gays are the same way. Only people that's not is us. And I'm saying we're the ones that's under attack. All of this stuff is done. Man, I've been in the jail for the last 25 years. If it's 2,000 beds over there, all black is probably 10 or 15 Latinos. Maybe since January 6th, it was a few white people over there. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Y'all probably don't know who she is. She the white lady that be fighting with Jasmine Crockett. Let me tell you what she did, Dan. Once January 6th happened and they legally locked up those white boys and put them in DC jail, she started coming to DC jail every month to visit them. And that place is a shithole. It's not fit for human beings to be in. And by that white congresswoman coming there, paint started showing up on the fans started showing up. Like, you begin to see improvement in the quality of the conditions at their jail. And if those white people never went there, she would have never went there.
So when a black,
But you got
when
all
a
these.
black man
Let
go,
me
they
finish.
lock him up.
Let me
Or
finish.
lock her up.
Let me finish.
Man, fuck.
You don't
fuck
have
her.
no. You don't have. No,
And I got used to bathroom.
you don't have none of those.
I've been
None of the black elected officials. None of the black elected officials go to the jail. Like I like Glen Abbey. Like I like Glen Abbey in Prince George's County. He's a nice guy. I've been knowing Glen Abbey for a long time. Why the hell is he going over to El Salvador and he haven't been up to Upper Marlboro? And he haven't been to Cumberland to check on Prince George's County residents that's locked up in these terrible jails in the state of Maryland that's returning back to Prince George's County. But just for publicity, you going to check on an illegal immigrant. Like, y'all got to wake up, man. You too, Coop.
My thing is, we always talk about black people and that together. I always
He said my name.
I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna say my little thing.
Talk,
I always thought of the thing of, you know what I'm saying? Is once we stepped out in front of the forefront of being a leader in our community, they chastised who of our leaders and attack on our leaders. So I mean, it seems like everybody that I know that I wanted to look up to was assassinated by the character they were killed off this earth. So it's like, you know what I mean? The black people step up. This is what they do to us. I mean, I look at everybody from celebrities, all our celebrities, even to P. Diddy now being attacked. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, basically off the money and off of the sex. I mean, from Bill Cosby, the Prince, the Michael Jackson, or even politically, when they said Martin Luther King was about to take us to the money. He was talking about this.
Yeah.
Let's get the money right aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, we say we don't stick together, but I think it's one of the things is, who was our black leader? So I mean, when we actually, who are, you know what I'm saying? And who gonna step
And
up there too?
who do we get behind?
But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Marjorie Taylor? Fuck no.
Well,
I'm just telling you.
Stinky ass.
I'm just telling you why Jasmine Crockett looked like a rap star, like she looked like she Megan Thee Stallion,
I love her.
and she got all these
I
punchlines.
love her.
She ain't going to the jail in Houston. She ain't going to the jail in Houston checking on the men.
Got more than punch.
Hey, dang.
I love her.
She ain't going to Houston checking in the jail in
Hey,
Harris
Jasmine.
County checking
Hey,
on the
Jasmine.
men.
Keep doing, keep
It's
fighting.
the
baby.
foolishness that, it's this kind of foolishness that keep us set back. Like, I'm telling you a real thing. If she wasn't going over to that jail,
What you
the
mention her
conditions
name
wouldn't
for? What you mention her name?
because she did something that she didn't have to do. Her going over there to help them white boys ended
white
up
boy?
helping us
White boy.
at the jail, at DC jail.
I'm talking about James.
She don't help nobody.
Oh,
She
man.
just
What
she
you-
just
what-
running
what
her
you
mouth.
bring Nah,
She
man.
just one of the fake black elite
Oh,
with them eyelashes
you must like
and all that hair.
y'all funny,
her.
y'all.
You must like her.
Hey, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
I'm against I'm against the congressional black
I know.
caucus because they don't do
Okay.
they don't do nothing to help black people. All they do is have parties. They have freak
I
offs.
don't know.
They have freak offs
I don't
every
know.
September
They
around your
invite you or
birthday.
something?
I'm
Around who birthday?
Coop, I went to
Around
one.
who birthday?
Hey, Coop, the last time I went was
Yeah, when you
2008.
Exactly.
And
You was a freak on?
They ain't invite them.
no, I ain't go to the freak
They
off.
invited them.
I went. I spoke, and you're right. They didn't invite
They
me no
ain't
more.
say- They ain't clap for them or
No,
nothing.
they did clap, but they ain't invite
They
me
clap
after
because they
that.
supposed to clap.
Where Benji at, man? Benji got the
Yo,
pictures,
Leave my
man.
Yo,
Benji got the pictures, man.
hey, Ward,
I got
y'all,
receipts, man.
This is real big for us, y'all.
Let's stand up, Woody. Let's stand up.
It's time to go vote, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
with Trey. You with
Y'all
Trey?
got Today. Oh, I'm with Trey.
Yeah.
I'm always, you know what I'm saying?
The other people, not even this guy, Mike, is the other community.
Right.
I'm not gonna say. I'm just say the other community. All you gotta do is look and see who are the guys. I'm not saying the men, because it's a distinction between males, guys, and men. So just look and see who's supporting them,
So,
and then you can.
You mad at the co-ed bathrooms in the club?
I think the female should have a bathroom and the male should have a bathroom.
You know,
I don't
met my
believe.
girlfriend in there.
hey, Hey, Jauhar.
That's why we in the conditions that we in.
She was nice looking. I mean,
that's why we in the conditions.
I turned the water on for her, and I took good.
Hey, Jauhar, I remember a situation where back in when the seat was vacant once before, when the Ruby won it first before.
Right, and that special election.
It was like one of them things that we used to say that this was the puppet they was putting in Ward 8 to try to.
Right.
That wasn't for the people. That, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like it's another situation that's going on right now with the other candidates? Is it one of the other candidates that's running that they are trying to put in Ward 8? That you feel like that's like a puppet that ain't?
I can't see it. I can't see them ignoring that election, bro.
So they are definitely ignoring it. But you have again.
I'm talking about Trey win.
Okay. So if Trey wins, we're gonna have to take it to the streets. If they interfere with the people's will, if they interfere with the people's will, then we got to get the Republicans to come in and check them. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that got to be investigated. Like I tell people all the time, I was in charge of a $17 million budget, right? And every dime had to be accounted for. Right. Or we probably would be talking through a collect call, because I'm not somebody that they like. Right. So wherever the go-go money have been dispersed, we all need to know where it's been going, who it's going to, and who's making the decisions. Legitimately. So y'all can say whether I'm lying on that. But I don't need somebody telling me I shouldn't talk about another. Man, kiss my ass. Nobody's going to press me. And I'm watching you do it in my face. Like, nah. And then I look at it and I can see it's not a proper representation. So my son,
just like you separated when you said go-go, and then you said it's not the artists in the bank. That's all I'm saying.
What you mean?
It's not all the people from that community. That's all I was just trying to say.
I never said it's all the people from. There's a few criminals in every community. It's some people that's not deserving. You know, like if you look at in Ward 8, where it's like you'll see people making these posts as if they're somebody, like they live in glass houses. Like it's a few black people that's gained some wealth through public subsidies, through taxpayers subsidized, projects or whatever, right? I watched Philip Pennell, who's a openly gay man, put Monica Ray in charge of the Congress Heights Association, which is, you can look at it and see what that is for yourself. And it's a direct handoff. And the money that comes from the government that goes through Great Streets, and they got a bid set up right there with like 25 or 30 businesses in one office. Like they should be happy that Trey is a nice guy and Trey never bothered them. Because if it was me, I would turn their shit upside down. Like they would have to justify why they getting all this stuff. Like they not that much better than nobody else. And they not from Washington, D.C.
You talking about ACC?
That's ran by Philip Pennell, but I'm talking about Congress Heights.
Yeah. Okay.
So Monica Ray and Finest Jones, like they help a few people, but it's not. I was talking to this lady that's a friend of mine today. It was like, well, you shouldn't talk about them because they help people. I'm like, listen, I talk about whoever I want to talk about. That's number one. Number two, it's not like they rich and like their parents left them some crazy endowment or they inherited millions of dollars and they come and invested in Southeast. No, it's a plan.
Like Trump.
It's a plan. Okay. Trump's father gave him some money and he took a few million to a few billion.
So he helps.
That talk.
People. And that's what you love.
I love people who help their people.
Okay. So
I love people.
They helping their community.
But not at the expense of me. Not at the expense of go-go. But you're right. You're right.
You're absolutely right.
You're right.
We agree. And one thing about me and you, bro, I'm with you, bro. I'm a march with you.
So I want us.
So we not with Obama.
We're gonna get. I want you to
or Trump.
I want you to come back because I want us to be able to get into that go-go. You say you've been finding out more information about where the money's going and all that type of stuff. I want you to inform the go-go community.
Next Monday, let's do it.
About what's going on with, like I said, because I think inquiring minds want to know.
So,
if you're finding out information, a lot of people want to know, because a lot of go-go people, like you said, maybe want to know more about the funds and how to get it, but they don't know how. You know what I'm saying? Or they haven't been able to find the resources to help themselves over the years. That it's been since like 2020, right?
Yep.
So it's like, you know what I mean? I would like for us to talk about that in the future, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And one of the misnomers is they say that if you don't live in DC, that disqualifies you. I mean, that's just a matter of getting some legislation passed. Like, they don't say that to these developers that they're giving hundreds of millions of dollars to that's coming here from out of town. And you can come and get an office space. There's all kind of WeWork space and set your organization up inside, you know, the city.
Right.
Like, no, the government should not be helping people rewrite history and lie about the history of go-go.
Right.
Like, you can't overlook the Petworths, the air raids, the pump blenders, the peacemakers, like mass extinction, Central Grooves, like all that stuff was bridges to where we are, we are today. Shady Groove. Yeah, you can't, all that stuff is important. And then some people survived all of that, right? The backyards, the junkyards, the Rare Essence, the EUs, the Northeast Groovers, and they should be celebrated for that. But the history of those bands have to be told.
Yeah.
And the people, because that's played a major part in our culture.
Yeah.
And we can't forget, man, we can't leave out Ty and Ed.
Right.
Madness. Yeah. Madness was throwing all these events in the 8. Like, they was paying for big, we was weighing going to the convention center. Like, they was doing big stuff, and it wasn't no government grants.
Right.
Cornell was doing stuff, you know, making sure. I mean, I know we had a lot of parties, and people like Cornell came in and made sure everybody got paid. And like, this was the 80s and the 90s. So we can't leave.
Kurt Bone.
Kurt Bone came in the 90s. Like, we can't forget, like, all of the people.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, if we're going to tell the story, the whole thing really has to be. So when children come, they just not getting
they're getting the real history.
They're getting the real history.
In depth.
Yeah. And whoever's going to do it has to be able to have a relationship. Like, if the community don't trust, like, everybody that called me complains about, and that's how I even got on this, because somebody thought I was a part of the Go-Go Museum, called me complaining about stuff about it. And I'm like, I don't have nothing to do with it. They're like, nah, Jauhar, everybody know you like to be in the background. So they think you had something to do with it. Like, no, I wouldn't do nothing like that.
They ask me questions too, but I don't
know.
know.
We all get
I think they ask me questions because I sit next to this guy.
Then when you go in and you know it's not a representation of, like, you should be able to speak on that. You shouldn't be and what we should be working to do is to just make it right. Whatever it is. Because guess what? If they don't like you and they gave you money, they're going to make you do an audit and show with them. That's how they try to send you to jail. So if you misusing our money in your community, we have a right to know that. And we're not going to sit around and let you help somebody rewrite history on our watch. We ain't gonna do that.
I'm on the fence with all that type of stuff, man. Cause I see what's going on. I see the bigger picture. But you know what I'm saying?
Well, what's the bigger picture?
We'll talk about that one.
What's on the fence
right now? Like
what's on? Let's hold that for next week, next Monday. What's on the fence?
We'll talk that too.
And what's the bigger picture?
Talk go-go stuff and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, one more time before we get up out of here, y'all. It's about Ward 8 today. That's why y'all, all my questions today have been Ward 8. I let y'all talk about other stuff. Today is about Ward 8 and getting to that poll, man. You know what I'm saying?
That look is saying what I'm saying, Jauhar.
What you saying, man?
We all in here. Like I said, you know what I mean? I would trade, man. I wish I had a shirt. I have my shirt on today. I have my shirt on saying.
We make sure you get one, man. We make sure you get one.
Y'all get to the polls, man.
Send everybody to the polls in Ward 8, man.
Even if vote for who you gonna vote for, just vote. That's all I say. You know what I mean? You don't have to just take my word or anybody's word.
There's only one. There's only one.
I just like to get people to the polls.
But I do like to see them participate.
You know what I mean? I want everybody to participate.
But I don't want you to waste a vote. I don't want you to waste a vote.
You said don't waste a vote?
Yeah, don't waste a vote. And just look at who the people are. Look at who you.
No, but you said it. You said it best.
There's only one
Trump,
guy for this
the one
job,
thing man. The one thing I agree with you, bro, is when you said Trump is not a threat to democracy. You not voting is.
Okay, we had dropped the mic on that.
God,
Coop.
that's
You finally
shut
agreed
me
with
up.
me. Yeah,
You shut me up on that.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay. All right,
Hey,
we can go with that.
y'all,
man.
that's funny. Little Donald Trump over here, and
Barack
Coop boy,
Obama.
little Barack Obama
Martin
boy.
Luther King, call me whatever you
We
want.
up out of here, y'all.
Hey,
We appreciate you.
Barack
Hey,
Obama.
Jahar,
Okay.
appreciate you coming through,
And I
homie.
eat
You know what I'm
glizzies.
saying? Blessing us with the.
You do
Blessing
what?
us.
I eat glizzies. I bet your nigga won't come to me talking that shit. Oh my God.
Hey, y'all, hey.
And what?
We are Go-Go Music, y'all. Your 24-hour Go-Go radio station, man. Tune in 24 hours a day. The station
Hey, damn.
dedicated to the hard-working Go-Go fans of today. Y'all get out there, man. Vote, man. We up out of here, man. Y'all appreciate you,
My
homie.
man.
You know I'm getting old, man.
Man, this man crazy, man.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all, he said, what he said? I eat glizzies.
I eat glizzies.
Oh,